Hey there, it's Kirsten. I'm going to update my video about putting a fairy in a jar. Okay, so my video from 2 years ago was a little dated. I do things a little differently now. Okay, so the object selection tool. Okay, I want it to select the lantern also, so we're going to do quick select, make sure it's on plus. Oh, it is selected. Who knows? All right, I'm going to do Control J and just put her on a separate layer. This is the image, okay? Before I drag and drop over the little fairy girl, I'm going to keep it on this quick select right here, and I'm going to select some grass. Maybe we don't need that much. Maybe let's select half the grass, the bottom half. Like that. Then I'm going to go select and mask. With the second one down, looks like a brush on fire. I don't know what it is. I'm going to kind of just select like this to kind of, so it blends a little bit more. Then I'm going to hit, I keep all this at the default, whatever. New layer with a layer mask, and I'm going to hit OK. Turn the other layer back on and click on the background layer. Now we're going to go back to the little girl. I'm going to click the move tool, and which is the top one right here, and we're going to bring her over to the jar. Okay, so now you can see, well, you can't see probably. Let me zoom up a little bit. So you can see I'm putting her behind the grass, behind that layer that I just did. Let's size her right like this. Then I'm going to put on the layer mask right here. Let me get a brush. Whoop, that's my logo. Hang on. Let me get a hard brush. The bracket keys make this big and little. I'm just going to erase some of what I don't like. Like that. Let's go back to her. Okay. That looks better. So let's see. I just watched a tutorial. Actually, you know what? It looks like it didn't cut. I think I had a low res version. Oh, okay. So I can see in here it needs to be cut out. So I'm going to go back to her layer, which is right here. Put a layer mask on. Get a black brush. And you're going to want to just go around where the black is. I'm not going to do this super close because editing is time consuming and you're going to want to do it. For fairy sessions where you're going to be doing this, I would shoot her, because you're obviously taking a picture that's on a black, dark background and putting it on a light background. I would shoot the subjects either on, green screen or something very, very similar to what you're dragging and dropping them into. So you're not going to spend hours and hours editing, because I wouldn't charge less than like probably $500 if I was editing each picture. Okay. See right here, it didn't quite get around her ear. And even in through here, it's not quite perfect. So I would probably do it again, refine edge, a little better, yada yada. Okay. So we're getting closer. One thing I'm going to do, just while I'm thinking about it, you can type in gradient overlay or a gradient ball in Photoshop. I happen to already have some. So I'm going to go to Photo, Place Embedded. My overlays are right here. Give it 1 second. My hard drive is thinking, my external hard drive, where they are. All right, I know I have it in my Holiday Magic. I have a little gradient ball like this. You want black to orange to white is what I like. Let me just get a little lower here. Just while I'm thinking about it. Anything with a black background, you're going to want to put your blend mode on screen. But it just makes her little lantern glow, which is adorable. Ah, there we go. But obviously, if this was a darker image, it probably would make more sense that she would have a little lantern. The background right now is daytime, so I would probably pick a darker background. Now, one thing that I saw, I would look up on Photoshop how to add glass glare. I saw a couple videos, none of which I super really loved a whole lot. Oh, that's the grass layer. One thing I think I'm going to try, I'm going to go down to the background layer, hit Control J. Well, that's not even what I want to do. Let me try see if I can paint on a layer. So put a blank layer, which is the square with a plus sign. So this is what I saw. Getting a white brush. This is what a tutorial I just saw, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I love that. But they literally... Well, hang on a second. Let me make sure my brush is soft. Get all the way soft. But they kind of just traced the lines like this. Let me move it above her. My bad. Okay. So the tutorial that I saw kind of just traced the glare lines. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to love this, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'm doing this super sloppy. But they lowered the opacity way, way low. And then if you go to properties... No, that's not it. Let me see before and after. And it makes the glare a little bit more pronounced, but they put the glare on top of the little girl, so that way she's not so where it looks like she's on top of the glass or on the outside of the glass, like a sticker, not in the glass, so to speak. So I would watch a couple more tutorials. Just type in fairy in a jar. There's a whole ton. So one of the other things that I did was I made a vignette, which is the elliptical marquee right here. Let's put the feather at 600. I don't know, pretty big. And then highlight the girl. And then do Control Shift I, which inverts, and then Control J, which puts it on a separate layer, just the outer. And then you change the blend mode to multiply. That kind of brings your eye in. So before, after. But you don't want it to look like a vignette because that's also a little dated in 2022. So you can lower the opacity down and have it kind of go like that. Those are a couple little tips and tricks, making it look realistic. But I would also go onto YouTube and type in fairy in a jar and watch, but don't watch the videos if they're more than a year old, because Photoshop changes so much all the time. You want to just, do the work smarter, not harder. Anyway, I hope this helped a little bit, and you can get some of the fireflies that I added and stuff like that from the first tutorial. So I hope this helped a little bit.